this terrible news that we've just learnt, that 2 children have very sadly died after a number of people were stabbed in Southport, north of Liverpool, this morning. 9 other children have been injured. 6 of them are in a critical condition. The attacks took place at a community centre called Heart Space, often used for mother and baby classes on Hart Street in Merseyside. And apparently this was all happening at a Taylor Swift-inspired yoga and dance workshop. This was aimed at children in primary school years 2 and 6, 7 to 11-year-old children. Very, very difficult, obviously, to comprehend what is going on. We don't have all the information at the moment. We understand, as police have said, that a 17-year-old man is being questioned by officers, but they've said that his motivation is not thought to have been terror-related. I don't really know what to say in terms of asking a question, other than if you've been in a situation like this, and I was actually only the other day, I got a panic call from my sister saying that there was a man on the loose in North London with a knife. This was only the other week, and that the school had been locked down where my little 5-year-old niece goes to school. And my other niece was in a park somewhere, and she's 13 years old. I tried to get hold of her. She was clearly very worried, and my sister didn't really want to tell her what was going on. And I said, no, you have to tell her, because she needs to get safe as quickly as possible. And I can only tell you that my heart really goes out to the parents, everyone affected in Southport. Absolutely terrible for the community. But as an uncle, and those of you as parents and uncles and aunts, yourselves, grandparents, will also feel this absolutely intimately right in your heart when you hear news like this. It's absolutely appalling. So I don't really know what to say, other than if you've got thoughts on this, you know what to do. 03456 606 0973. You can text on 84850. Ask Alexa to send a comment to LBC. We'll be covering this story for the first hour and getting all that we can in terms of the latest updates. Now, joining me is Liam Gotting, LBC's reporter in Southport. Liam, thank you very much for joining me. What is the latest?
Yes, good evening. Well, we've just had a joint press conference held by Merseyside Police, Merseyside Fire and Rescue and the North West Ambulance Service. It was chaired by Serena Kennedy, the Chief Constable of Merseyside Police, who revealed that 2 children have died in this attack in Southport. 2 children have died, 9 others injured, and 6 others are in a critical condition in hospital, along with 2 adults who are also in critical conditions in hospital. We were told the 17-year-old man who was arrested lives in the Banks area but is originally from Cardiff. Merseyside Police say they are questioning him currently at a police station, but his motivation currently remains unclear. Serena Kennedy described how these children were attending a Taylor Swift dance class in the Southport area designed for primary school children, and she described how this 17-year-old walked in to the site here in Southport and began attacking the children with a knife. The adults injured are believed to have sustained those injuries in an attempt to defend the children who were attacked. Here's a little bit of Serena Kennedy talking in the press conference just moments ago.
It is understood that the children were attending a Taylor Swift event at a dance school when the offender, armed with a knife, walked into the premises and started to attack inside the children. We believe that the adults who were injured were bravely trying to protect the children who were being attacked. As a mum and a nana, I can't begin to imagine the pain and suffering that the families of the victims are going through at this moment in time, and I wish to send my heartfelt condolences to them.
Well, Dave Kitchen, the head of the North West Ambulance Service in Merseyside, said that they treated 11 casualties at the scene, which he described as entirely devastating, while Phil Garrigan, the head of Merseyside Fire and Rescue, said that his firefighters responded to the declaration of a major incident. He described the scene as traumatic and chaotic and said that his officers administered first aid to the casualties on site. But just to reiterate, 2 children have died, 6 more in a critical condition, along with 2 other adults in a critical condition. Some of those are at Alderhay Children's Hospital, which has also declared a major incident. My colleague Jackie McDonald is there for us.
And there are what only can be described as awful scenes here at Alder Hey Children's Hospital. Uniformed police and detectives just a few moments ago standing outside the entrance of A&E. It appeared they were waiting to speak to a woman, clearly distressed, being held by her husband or partner and a nurse. Of course, we don't know for sure whether her child is one of the victims of today's stabbings, but it was this unit that they were rushed to in ambulances earlier today. Eyewitnesses described air ambulances landing and police with evidence bags also coming to the unit shortly after the stabbings happened. As Liam described, and as we now know, 2 children have sadly died, 9 injured in this attack early this morning in Southport, 7 critically. The hospital declared a major incident. That's still in place. Parents are being told not to bring their children here unless it's an emergency.
Jackie, thank you. Are you hearing anything from local people in terms of the reaction on the ground and also local leaders? Clearly, everyone must be in deep state of shock.
A deep state of shock in the community, and lots of stories I've covered in this region before. It is a close-knit community. There is huge amounts of shock. I mean, I've seen parents and nurses crying here today. Eyewitnesses describing paramedics in tears at the scene, women, parents, children screaming as this incident unfolded on Hart Street this morning. Local councillors have been reacting, and of course the reaction's gone all the way to the top of the government. Yvette Cooper describing her shock and distress at what's happened here today in Southport, and we can only imagine more of that as tonight rolls on and of course into tomorrow as well.
Thank you, Jackie. Our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Stockport this evening. It's very difficult, really, to cover this kind of story because it's very, very emotional for not only the people involved but for all of us, particularly when kids are involved. And very sadly, 2 of them have died in this attack. 6 of them are in critical condition. Also, 2 adults who are trying to, as we understand, protect the kids at this yoga and dance workshop at this, I think it's an antenatal centre, also injured. The Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, said the multiple stabbings were horrendous and deeply shocking, as he thanked emergency services for the response. The Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, said she was deeply concerned about the very serious incident, while Southport MP Patrick Hurley added that he was hoping for the best possible outcomes to the casualties affected. And Steve Rotherham, the Mayor of Liverpool City Region, has urged the public not to spread unconfirmed speculation and false information. We all need to be very, very careful, of course, at this particular time as more information becomes available, not to speculate until we know all the facts about exactly what has happened. One neighbour who was on the scene said that about 10 girls were taken to safety. The community was coming together. This particular neighbour said everyone was trying to help and everyone was trying to save the young kids. Another man, a builder, also helped some of the children who leave the site of the attack. And a woman from Liverpool said she was on the main shopping street, Lord Street in Southport, when she realised something horrendous and absolutely bewildering was happening. All the shops were shutting their doors and I was thinking something's going on, she said. Very, very shocking indeed, deeply disturbing. And of course, our thoughts are with the people of Southport this evening, and we hope that we hope firstly that we can make sense of what has happened, and that will occur in the hours and days to come, but also that we provide our thoughts and solidarity with the people of Southport that are clearly suffering very deeply from this trauma of this attack.